والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وبعد. Being able to correct one another is vital for a community to grow. If we do not see the shortcomings in one another, and if we do not help each other to grow, then we'll remain stagnant, and worse yet, we may become worse. And that's why amar bil ma'roof and nahyu anil munkar, to command what is right and to forbid what is wrong, is part and parcel of our faith, is part and parcel of our deen. So far, we've spoken about two conditions in correcting one another. One condition is we have to be gentle. The second condition is we have to be knowledgeable. But the third and very important condition that we'll close on is that we have to be sincere and be willing to correct one another for the sake of Allah, not to fulfill and satisfy my ego. Sometimes we want to correct one another when we see something, but it's not because I'm doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or I'm doing it for a noble cause. Rather, I'm upset with the person, or I have a personal vendetta, or I have a personal cause that I want to achieve. When my intentions are wrong, I will not be rewarded for the actions that I do. That's why it comes, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Indeed, actions are based on intentions. So to give you an example, if I have a friend with whom I have a really good relationship, and we've known one another for 10, 15 years, and let's say he has a bad habit. He does something inappropriate. Maybe he listens to music, or when he speaks to people, he has a foul language. When he talks, he raises his voice, whatever his weakness may be. And let's say one time I'm getting into an argument with him, and as the argument carries on, I start saying to him, "What's the matter with you? You have such foul language. This is your problem. You have this sin. You know what? You listen to music, or you do this haram, or you go and do that, and you buy this." And I start saying all of these things. Now, what I'm doing is good, because I'm telling him that you shouldn't be foul in your speech. You shouldn't be doing something wrong. But the timing is too convenient, because the only reason I'm saying all of this to him is because I'm upset. I do not have the sincerity. I should wait till I'm more level-headed, because if I wanted to correct him, I've known him for 20 years. For 20 years, not once did I speak, but the moment we get into an argument, or the moment I'm upset with him, now I start to speak. That means my motivations aren't correct. So, to summarize this whole conversation, I should be open to criticism from those people who are around me. Otherwise, I'll never become better. But if I'm the one who's criticizing other people, I'm trying to tell them what is good or bad in their life, if I am trying to guide people and try to make them better, I need at least 3 conditions. Number 1, I have to be gentle. I cannot speak to them harshly and say, "You're sinful," or "Why are you not doing this?" or "Why are you doing that?" Number 2, I have to be knowledgeable. I can't tell someone what you're doing is haram if I don't know what is halal and haram. I can't tell somebody you need to do this or you need to do that if I do not know Islam well enough to tell people what they need to do. And last but not least, when we tell one another what we need to do or what we ought to do, we have to have the right intention. Because if I'm correcting somebody out of ego, if I'm telling someone, you know, what you're doing is wrong, but it's because I'm upset with them or I have an ulterior motive, then my intentions are not correct and I will not be rewarded for what I do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to correct one another. May we be gentle in our approach. May we be knowledgeable in our approach. And more importantly, may we be sincere in our approach. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullahu khair.